it's Miss Sharp here. Today we're going to look at lesson number 6, and we're going to measure and compare lengths using centimeters and meters. In just a few minutes we'll get started on the problem set, but before we do, I would like to measure both sides of my notebook paper and compare the lengths. So let's get started. The first thing I want to do is measure the length of my notebook paper. I'm going to label this side A. The next length that I want to measure is the width of my notebook paper. So I'm going to measure this side B. I'm going to use my centimeter ruler to measure both sides. I want to make sure that I line up my leading edge at the very top because I want to first measure this length. Maybe I'll use this line. That will help me line it up. Okay, so I line it up very, very carefully. And I notice that the length of side A is 25 centimeters. So I'm going to write A is 25 centimeters. I'm going to abbreviate the word centimeters with a cm. Now let's measure the width of my notebook paper. The width is how wide something is. So I need to measure going across my notebook paper. I need to make sure I'm lined up on my leading edge, lined up with the edge of it, and I'm going to go across, and I notice that my notebook paper is 19 centimeters wide. So before I measured, I could clearly see that the length was longer than the width. And after I measured, I really see that. A is 25 centimeters and side B is 19 centimeters. Can you help me figure out how much longer side A is than B? Let's write an equation. To find the difference between two lengths, I want to subtract. I think what I'll do is break this up into a number bond. Break my 19 into a 10 and a 9. I'm going to first subtract my 10 from 25. And I know if I subtract 25 minus 10, but then I have to subtract this 9. Can't forget about that. 15 minus 9. Well, I just so happen to know that 15 minus 5 would get me to 10, but I'm at 9 here, so I need to subtract 1 more. So 15 minus 9 is 6. But I can't forget my unit of measure, 6 centimeters. So side A is 25 centimeters longer, side A is 6 centimeters longer than side B. Let's continue to measure and compare on lesson 6 problem set. All right, so my directions say to measure each set of lines in centimeters and write the length on the line, and then complete the comparison sentences. So I know that I'm going to be measuring in centimeters, so I'm going to use the centimeter side of my ruler. I know that I'm on the centimeter side of my ruler because it says cm, and centimeters are about the width of my pinky. The other side of my ruler is inches. I know that because it says inch, and inches are much larger. And we've just been measuring in centimeters. So let's measure line A. This is our leading edge, this line. So I want to make sure that I line that up with the beginning of line A. And when I do that, I notice that line A is 15 centimeters long. I'm going to measure line B now. I'm going to line up my leading edge, the beginning of line B, and I notice that line B is 5 centimeters long. Let's fill in some blanks. Line A, again, is 15 centimeters long. Line B is 5 centimeters long. This sentence says line A is about blank centimeters longer than line B. Well, I know to compare, I need to write a subtraction sentence. So my longest line was 15 centimeters minus my shorter line, which is 5 centimeters. And I know that 15 minus 5 is equal to 10 centimeters. So I'm going to write line A is about 10 centimeters longer than line B. Let's move on to number 2. Let's measure line C. I need to line up the leading edge of my ruler, the beginning of line C, and measure carefully. And I notice that I'm at 8 centimeters. So I'm going to write that length on line C. Let's look at line D. Line up my leading edge. And that's right at 9 centimeters. So let's fill in the blanks. Line C is 8 centimeters. Line D is 9. Let's see what our sentence says. Line C is about blank centimeters shorter than line D. So line C was 8 centimeters, line D was 9 centimeters. To compare those two lengths, I'll write a subtraction equation. Luckily, they made it easy for us. I know that 9 minus 8 is equal to 1. So line C is about 1 centimeter shorter than line D. I would like for you to measure line E on your own. Then measure line F and line G. That I got. For line E, I got 4 centimeters. For line F, I got 7 centimeters. And for line G, I got 8 centimeters. So then I can fill in my blanks. 4 centimeters for line E. Line F, 7 centimeters. And line G is 8 centimeters. And this is where we're going to stop. When you come to group tomorrow, you should have finished number 1, 2, and measure for the length of line E, F, and G on number 3. In group today, we're going to talk about how we can combine some of these lines, how to compare, and then we'll do some word problems on the back. Don't go ahead. Stop right here once you get to this point, and we will see you soon. Bye.